Hello and welcome to the Printess Academy. My name is Axel and today we will have a look into the document settings. As long as no frame is selected, you find the document settings here on top of the features frame. First of all, you can here change the size of the document by selecting one of the predefined formats. But of course you can also type in your own values, let's say 20 by, 25. And you can switch here orientation from portrait to landscape and back. If you like to work with different units, you can select different units here, or you can even type them in while you're setting up these values here. For each document, you can define a paper color, and this color won't be printed. This is very helpful to simulate a substrate color. So if you print, for example, on a black mug or on a pink panel, you can show the background color to the buyer, but it won't be part of your production file if it comes to print. So for now, let's switch back to paper to talk about the pasteboard settings. The pasteboard is that gray area around here, the document. And in general, you are fine with the default settings. But for particular products, it's necessary to do some changes here. So let's say we would like to print on a t-shirt. And we want to show the t-shirt to the buyer. So first of all, I have to upload an image here to place it in the right way. And the format of our document here is the printing area on the shirt. So I have to scale it up. To place it in the right way. And now you do see that we already run into an issue. On one hand side, the shirt is cut off here, top, bottom, and yeah, left is okay, right, maybe a bit too close. And this is why we will now make the pasteboard bigger. So for sure we need more space on top. Let's go from 1.3 to 20 centimeters. Okay, so the entire shirt becomes visible. That was maybe a bit too much. So maybe 10 should work as well. Yeah, okay, better. And same for the bottom. Yeah, maybe we need 15. Let's see. Okay, and the other issue we got, as you do realize here, that the zoom is set to the document size here. And this is why it's so hard for us to set it up in the right way. And this is why I will switch on page zoom to the entire pasteboard and not to the page. In this case, it is zooming the entire pasteboard and not just the document size. Okay, again. Our document size is the area we would like to put the print onto the shirt later. And now we also have to change the opacity of the pasteboard, which you can do here. Okay, that looks much better. And now I do realize, the shirt is still cut off here on the left. So let's center it a bit. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's have a look how it looks like at the buyer side. Okay, you still got the frame here, which we could turn off if we liked to, but in this case it makes a lot of sense to keep it made. But it looks like expected. So to turn off this frame, we would select the option buyer side page border to turn it off, which won't change anything here in the editor's view. And we could now also change the color of the pasteboard. That looks much nicer, doesn't it? The other settings are better explained with a standard document. So I will just add one here. Here we go. You can adjust the pasteboard on the size change of a document. How this works will be explained in a separate video. This is nothing for now. Here you can fine-tune the zoom around the page. Have a look at the bottom of the document. If I set it to 0, the grip of the page disappears. Oh, it isn't 0, but even though it already disappeared. If I make it bigger, I have more space here to grab that guy here. With a baseline grid, you define a horizontal grid for multi-line text lines to snap on. This will be explained in a separate video dealing with multi-line text frames. Here you define the bleed. As long as the chain icon here is pink, you change it once for all 4 edges. So if I set it to 1 centimeter here, or the others go for 1 centimeter as well. If I want to define it separately, say, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I have to deactivate that icon first. To see it on the screen, I have to turn on show bleed first, and I can also define a bleed color. Yellow is not that good to see, I guess, so let's switch to red, and now you see the bleed, and you also do realize, I guess, that it differs for each single edge. So turn on the chain again, and it's going back to the value number 1. Now we have an accurate bleed on all 4 edges, 1 centimeter. In addition to the bleed, you can activate with Printess a so-called safe zone with a different color, because sometimes you don't want the buyer, your customer, to put frames too close to the edge of the document. So if we place an image frame, for example, and we move it to that zone, it's okay. If I move it a bit more up, you see the clipping effect. This says you've got only 2 options. You can place it here, outside of the safe zone, to not get too close to the edge, or you have to put it into the bleed. Nothing in between is allowed. And this counts for image frames and shapes, not for text frames and our stickers, if you are already familiar with these guys. Margins and engraving mode are also part of separate videos. By default, the creation of thumbnails is activated. So anytime you save your template, Printess will generate small thumbnails of each page of your document, which you can use, for example, for page navigation at the buyer side later. Here you can scale up and down the document size using the factor 2. For the upscaling, you can also define your own factor. So with one mouse click, you can create different size of the same document. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye.